In this video, we will show you the setup process for the Canon RF 24 to 105mm f2.8 lens with the correct Aquatech lens port and zoom gear. Today I'll be showcasing with the Canon R5 and our Edge Pro water housing, but the same setup steps can be used for any of the Aquatech Edge Pro or Max water housings designed for the Canon mirrorless range. To start, you will need the following items: water housing, X150 adapter, XF55 flat port element, dedicated Canon 24 to 105 f2.8 zoom gear, camera body, lens, a small Phillips head screwdriver, and a clean, soft surface to work on. Firstly, we would like to prepare the lens by removing the tripod foot by loosening the black knob and pressing the release tab. With the tripod foot removed, you will now need to use a small Phillips head screwdriver to remove the 6 screws as shown. Take your time here and use the correct tool, as these small screws can be stripped easily. With the screws removed, you can now take the square silver mounting plate off the lens. We suggest keeping this plate securely in the tripod foot for safekeeping. Secure the 6 screws back into the lens to ensure safekeeping. If you plan on using the lens a lot in the water or use the lens handheld the majority of the time, you will only need to do this once. Due to the physical size of the lens, with this small mounting plate attached, it is too large to allow for the lens port and the adapter to seal correctly onto the water housing, considering the other black knob on the lens is not removable. This is the only way we could accommodate this lens. With these parts now removed, it's time to lock the tripod collar securely. Loosen off the black knob and rotate this to align with the mark closest to the knob and align with the Canon insignia, as shown. Align the aperture to A and the focal length to 24mm via the zoom ring. All of these items should align as shown. You can now attach the zoom gear by aligning the cutout on the zoom gear with the lens mounting mark in red and securing the Velcro strap. It is very important at this point to ensure that the lens stays at 24mm when tightening the zoom gear to the lens. With the zoom gear attached, you can now see by rotating the zoom gear, you can access the full range between 24 through to 105mm. The next step is to install your camera into the housing without the lens. Make sure to attach your cable release and secure your backplate. Then install the X150 adapter onto the housing and secure this tightly. Then you will need to reach in and remove the body cap from your camera and remove the rear lens cap from the lens. Align the red dot of the lens with the red dot on the camera and lower the lens into place and rotate to secure the lens to the camera. With the lens securely attached to the camera, you can now test the zoom function via the water housing, and you can see that the lens is zooming smoothly and freely. Finally, you can install the XF55 front element onto the adapter to complete the setup process and start shooting. With the lens and water housing set up correctly, you will now be able to enjoy the full focal range and utilize this amazing lens on your Canon mirrorless camera. When it comes to removing the equipment, please follow these simple steps to ensure the equipment is safe and to avoid any damage. Ensure your equipment is dry and you have clean, dry hands when removing the camera and lens. Firstly, remove the front element from the adapter. Then remove the water housing backplate to access the camera. By reaching around from the back of the camera, you can press the lens release tab with your fingers on the camera body while rotating the lens from the front with your other free hand. With the lens loose, you can safely remove it from the camera and out of the adapter. At this point, replace the lens caps and the body cap on the camera. You can now loosen and remove the adapter, then remove your camera from the water housing. We suggest taking your time and running through the setup process before use to feel comfortable and confident in it. As we mentioned earlier, if you do plan to use the lens a lot in the water or shoot handheld, you may leave the tripod collar removed and avoid that part of the process each time prior to use. We hope these instructions help you with the setup process, And if you have any questions or require any further support, please don't hesitate to contact our trained staff via the website for the best support.